Hey everyone, this is Nick and I'm one of the co-founders of Hats Protocol. Today I'm going to walk you through Hats Modules, which is our latest release and we're really excited about it. You can think about Hats Modules as programmable extensions for roles. Modules can be connected to Hats to automate their granting and revocation under certain conditions. This means that a DAO or any on-chain organization can empower contributors, teams, and code with specific roles and permissions at specific times and sets of criteria. So let's start here in the Hats app to actually check this out. Like any good DAO, in our forum, we've already been discussing the way that we want our Hats tree to look. We've created some transaction call data for the actual proposal to deploy the Hats tree, as well as a JSON file that we can use to look at the Hats tree together. So I'll snag this JSON file, and I'll bring it over to the tree, jump into edit mode, and import it so we can take a look. You can see that the tree is already beautiful and well considered. It's got a core structure, admin relationships, and even the wearers, or the people who we say have hats, already wired up. So I'll go ahead and deploy this to testnet to see what it looks like. Amazing. So you can see that everything we discussed in the forum is here, and we got it all live in one transaction. Now that the tree's deployed, you can also see that we need to set up our DAO member hat. Let's make the DAO member hat automatically claimable by anyone who has any balance of our DAO's token. What we're going to do is leverage Hats modules as part of the brand new Hats protocol stack in order to set up a module that looks for our DAO's token and automatically grants the hat to anyone who has a minimum balance and comes here to claim it. So in edit mode, we can take a look at the DAO member hat. Here's where you can customize all different things about the hat, like the name and the wearers, responsibilities and powers. But today what we're looking for is revocation and eligibility. Typically, what we see is that organizations will start off by setting their revocation to manual and putting the DAO's address or a multi-sig's address here as the accountability address. That means that that address is the one that will have the authority to revoke this hat from any given wearer. What's brand new in the Hats modules release is the ability to deploy a new module right from the app without writing a single line of code or going to either scan. We can set this to automatically and we'll get the button to deploy a new module. This is going to open up a whole new panel, and this is where it gets really, really exciting. You can select the type of module from the modules registry, and the modules registry is something that any developer can add to. This includes things like token and NFT holdings, including active subscriptions, contribution NFTs, and even things like election results via a joke race with term limits. But since we're looking for DAO tokens, let's just use ERC20 for right now. As soon as you open this up, you're going to see a number of fields, parameters, descriptions, all things that are being pulled from the registry directly into the app. And the registry is available via SDK to any developer who's building an app and wants to integrate it. So what I'll do is I'll grab our DAO's token address and paste it here. And since we're just looking for any balance, we can just leave this at 1. And we also want to make this claimable via our autonomous admin in the tree. I'll deploy this module. And what just happened behind the scenes here is that a module was created and then a change to the tree was added to our draft changes to actually connect the new module to the tree. So you can see this is the new address of the ERC20 eligibility here. And what we're going to do is we'll go back, we'll save this, and we'll go back to our draft changes. And we can actually deploy these changes to the tree. And what that did was actually connect up the eligibility module and the new claims contract to the automated admin. So you can see that here. We have the ERC20, it's looking for a minimum balance. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch accounts to a member of the DAO that has shares and try to claim this hat. There we go. So my new address that's a DAO member has been able to claim the hat, and I'm aware. I can see that this hat is already set up. But what I'm going to do is behind the scenes, I'm going to revoke shares from this DAO member, and we can see how it's going to immediately remove their hat via the new module that we just set up. Here's the DAO's contract. I'm going to burn the shares that I have on this address. And now what you'll see is that I'm no longer eligible to wear the hat. If there's any token gating or any authorities that are connected to this hat, this address will no longer be able to access those things as long as it's missing the shares. And if the address gets the shares back, then they'll have the hat again and be able to use the appropriate authorities. That's the way that eligibility works, totally dynamic and no lag time. And that's the power of HATS modules. I just want to reiterate that this is a huge moment for the evolution of HATS and the HATS protocol stack. We're pushing the cutting edge of open source composability, especially at the application layer. HATS modules represents an amazing way to automate the granting and revocation of hats in your tree. We can't wait to see what you'll build with it. Thank you.